So, well, in our life where we are living, where everyone is trying to figure out what our goals are, what our real achievements should be, or what is the definition of the whole life, what is the definition of whole goal system should be. We try to give a lot of labels like I want to build this much big empire of my money. I want to go in this field and I want to be an expert of this field. I want to do a certain things which help me level up. I want to be a fitness freak, or I want to be a mental doctor, or I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an YouTuber, or I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be any single thing which we have in our life, okay? But when we look at our whole life as some perspective, we should be keeping five planes of our life. We have five fingers in one hand, and we know that code that our life in is our hand. So we have all five planes, okay? Five planes of our life are mental, physical, social, spiritual, and financial. These all are the five factors of life where we have to maintain it, where we have to stabilize all over. We have to find a correct balance all over. If your life is in whole 100%, then we have to go for the 20% in financial, 20% in mental, 20% in physical, 20% in social, 20% in spiritual. All these things, all these planes are so far very important, because when we go for only just one certain thing, like today, in nowadays we have all people who go for like, I want to build a financial plane strong, and I want to build an empire of billions and trillions dollars and pounds. I want to build such big money asset in my life, that they totally forget that they have all four other planes. They start only doing this financial and they totally forget others. There may be people who focus on the even financial, mental, and physical, but they actually sometimes forget that their social and spiritual planes are missing out. They are missing it out. Well, here, social is not that important, but it is important when you go in your future life, and when you need, if you're starting a business, if you're starting to do something, you of course need a social life in your plane. But the most important plane of your life is the spiritual one. Because if you do not have the essence of your own self, you would not be cracking any code of your life. Because when you start to knowing about your own self, you start to notice a lot of things. Just now tell me, if you do 10 to 15 minutes meditation every single day, let it be while after you wake up, or before you go to night, before you go to bed, or it is like at any time, you will start noticing some different changes about your thoughts, about your some different kinds of behavior. You are not left behind after this. Whatever happens, it's like your life is being photographed. It's like your life is being photographed. Oh, it's like your life is being photographed by a universal camera. And investing in universe, it actually doesn't mean that, always just telling that, hey universe, I want some of these things, and will you give me these things? Universe first sees that, are you spiritually strong enough to attract it as fast as possible? And wait, let that thing be in the mind. Spirituality is not based on any kind of religions, okay? Okay? Religion does not specify any spirituality. Spirituality itself is every single thing, because every single thing consists of energy. It is made of atoms. Now this wall over here, the plant over here, me, the gold chain, whatever it is, and the whole, my hair, my shirt, and all, okay? So all these things are made up of atoms, and these atoms are the most important thing, because they are molecular substances over every single thing, okay? So if that thing is also made up of an atom. Let's take an example that you want to manifest an iPhone. Okay, you want to manifest an iPhone, you don't have it yet. You know that that iPhone is made up of atoms. Even I am made up of atom. So when I am made up of an atom, I can manifest it. Sorry. So when I'm made up of an atom, and even it is made up of an atom, I can manifest it. Because we all have the same unit, that is energy. We all are made up of energy. And energy can neither be destroyed or neither be created. It only changes its form from one form to another form. That it only changes the state. And that is the law. That is the law of conservation of mass. And it is taught like to almost every single person, like almost 75% of every single person in physics. That's why physics is more overly related to spiritual things. That's why physics is a bit tricky. That's why we actually have a hard time learning it. But with good guidance, we have it done. So when your spiritual plane is done, when your spiritual plane is very strong enough, your all other planes start to get stronger. And it's because spirituality is everything. Like every single thing on this earth is energy. And we all are the forms of energies. We come from there and we are going back to there. That's it. We come from something called like, okay, when we develop in our mommy, okay, when we develop in our mama, we we go on the small molecular part, and then we come like this, then we become. But when we die in various kinds of religions, sometimes the body is to be decomposed by burning it. Sometimes the body is to be decomposed by burning it. But at last, like at the end of the life, you are going back from where you have came. And this is usually called the part two. Part two is not any kind of misunderstanding. Like that's not any kind of shit. If you get to know, like if you have read the holy book of the Sanatan Dharma, that is Sri Bhagavad Gita, you get to know that she is trying to tell us that we all are energies and we have came from there, we are going back to it. That's the power of spirituality. Because when you go on spiritual basis, you don't buy something or you don't call something, you attract it. You know, there was a very famous quote going on like, I don't chase, I attract. What is meant for me will simply find me. I don't chase means you're simply forcing it. That's not a spiritual rule. Okay? That's not even a rule. Like that's simply nonsense. Because when you chase someone or when you chase something, you actually don't get it. When you chase a butterfly, it tries to go away from you. But when you're still, when you're calm, when you're lost in the nature, that butterfly comes and tries and comes around you and she feels comfortable. But as soon as you start chasing it, that, oh my gosh, I want that butterfly to be my pet, will she come to you? No, because never chase. That's how your crown falls. Girly pops. Okay? Now, that is all. And here is when karma comes in between, okay? We all are energies, and karma itself is the divine energy. Karma is the alternative name for the divine energy, for the ultimate divine, okay? That is the thing which we all experience. Like, if we have insulted someone very badly, we get our packets back to us. And that is the rule, that nobody the heck is an exception to this divine supreme power. We all are responsible for what we do. Our actions are responsible for what we do. Okay, so basically now when I try, what I'm trying to convey to you is stop enrolling in all other planes of your life and start enrolling in your spiritual plane of life. Now, here comes what is spirituality. Basically, that is nothing which can be explained. That is a kind of phase. That is a kind of, you know what, in Hindi, we call it as uh, avastha. That is the avastha which comes to us, and that is insane. It is really where you feel that every single thing, every single problem of you is vanished, every single atom of your own body is vanished, every single thing around you is vanished, and what is left behind is the essence of yourself. That's why you need to work on it, because when you start caring for yourself, all other things, all other energies start to say that if she can take her own care this much good, she can care for us too. What are your thoughts on this? You can comment down. Till then, subscribe to my channel for this kinds of useful content, and also like for the algorithm. And bye bye, see you in the next video.